Crouching Squirrel, Hidden Monkey is a trail that I hate. And that's why we're here today. Because I'm gonna spend time riding this single black trail and actually figure it out and understand how I'm meant to ride it. I guess the message of this video is that think about why you don't like something, and maybe it's just because you're not familiar enough with it. And perhaps it's just because you're not familiar enough with it. So we're gonna head our way down this trail, stop at all the difficult points, ride them, figure out how to do it, and then when I come back to ride it again, I'm actually gonna enjoy it. Also, is the theory anyway, Joel. I've been trying to ride this thing for a few years now, but I've never actually stopped to look at any of the features. So, let's go and do it now. Well, let's get this thing started, shall we? This is the first little tricky bit, I say. It's pretty much straight all the way down here, but this bit, I always just don't commit to it. Classic, who'd have thought? Pretty roochy on the run in there, and it comes down here, and all you've got is this little punchy slab climb. I think I've done this a lot. I just forget that I can do this, and don't do it. Does that make sense? Sure, right, first time. Oh yeah, that's nothing. And this is where stuff gets confusing. So you do this slab bit, and then you've got a few line choices, and this is the problem with this trail actually. It's just confusion. So it looks like everyone is coming down to the right. Seems a bit cheaty. Does it seem cheaty? Joel's nodding his head. I think a way better line is staying wider on the slab more and coming down into here. I don't know why people are riding on that. Yeah, everyone's just riding off the side of the trail. So this is where I think people are getting confused, because a lot of lines are coming out and round. That's kind of death, because the edge of the end of the trail is there and there's no support whatsoever. The dream is to be up on here. So how do you get up on here? Let me walk this through. Let's visualize this. I'm gonna come down here. I'm gonna go in between this little groove, onto the rock here. I wanna come straight down here. Most of the routes are then perpendicular to my wheel, so they shouldn't slip. And then come down here, and then it looks like I want to be straight onto this section. That was so easy. Why do people go around the outside on that?
Routes are intimidating, maybe.
Maybe. You go that way, Joel, don't
I
you?
do.
But as you can see, my wheels just rolled straight through. No problem. You gotta have faith in your tires and big wheels if you've got them. So this next section, now, we haven't finished on this yet. Hold on. Yeah. This is the problem of this wide line. For any of you who happen to be local, and maybe you're as unsure of this trail as I am, but if you come all the way wide, you're pointing down that way on the left, right? You wanna be going straight down there, which can be achieved by doing that line that I just did. So we've gone straight, we're down here, we come up onto this slab, and then now there's loads of tire marks on this bit, and you just roll it all through. So that's pretty much a straight line all the way down. Whereas if you go really wide on that first turn, then you've got to do a big S-bend, go all the way over there, and it's not actually any easier. But let's try and put the whole thing into practice. Over there, down here, through there, and done. And there we go. That's how I analyze a section I'm unsure of. Just take a look at each angle, figure out what's good, what's bad, and then by the end, I'm just so comfortable and I can commit, and then I can just roll straight through, no problem. Another feature, another punchy climb, which you may know I hate. Now we've already had a look at this, and I feel pretty pathetic for getting off my bike and walking up this every time, because it's not that bad. You never stop and look at features. Everyone's just riding, powering through. And if only I did that, I'd probably stop walking. We're gonna be pedaling under load because we've got Shimano drivetrain on. And then we're gonna power up this. Now, this is where I prefer to have a stronger gear rather than an easier gear, because you can stand up, you can get into it and not spin out. And that's actually most of the time where I crash doing a punchy climb. The line is so, I feel like an idiot for not doing this. I better do this first time. Stay on the granite, because the granite is where the grip is. We're gonna do this first time, Joel. Oh, please. Why have I been such a wimp? If only I'd stopped, looked at the feature, put ego aside, put pride on the floor, I'd have probably done it first time. This next feature is something I was feeling particularly unsure about, because forever I've come up to this log ride, sat down on my saddle, popped a foot off, and just kind of scooted on through. But then we've come here today and check this out. The incredible work of the Sorka Trail maintenance crew have come here and made it less round. It was like this, and I always hated it. But they've just come in, chopped it all off, made it flatter, put some grip marks on. That's Sorka membership money spent very well. Support your local trail organisation. I'm feeling a lot more confident about this. Oh, yes! I made that look quite easy, but honestly I have never pedaled across that in my life. I'm actually very pleased with myself. That was the thing I was most nervous for today. Up next we've got two options into a pretty rooty mess. We've got option 1 and option 2. I'm gonna go with option 2. Now why am I going with option 2? Well, this is a much more direct, straighter line compared to option 1 over here, which is just kind of a bit janky. This is actually the original line, I think, and this one started opening up, and more people, I'm presuming, are just using that one instead. And I think it's because this moment right here, this is kind of, well, I mean, it's not actually that bad, is it? You've got all this gravel and stuff in the trench here, and then it just kind of squares this up a bit. Whereas if you come around option 1, I mean, if you look back up there, it looks kind of rooty and intimidating, but when your wheels are going over it, you probably won't feel it. You just come down here, keep it wide, go right down to this channel here, and smooth it out, and then it should be good to go. Here. Oh boy. On this side, now. And that, Joel, is why I spent ages faffing around with my bike setup, so that I can ride tricky sections like this and actually feel confident. I should probably do the other line, shouldn't I? I gotta do both to know which one I prefer. I think I prefer the other one. Oh, hey Joel. Now, this is where I would normally go down that way, which is a trail called Kiki, and it's a lot of fun. But we gotta do crouching. Oh my god. If only I wasn't really scared, this would be the best thumbnail of all time. Oh, it's it's wobbly. Let's have a look from the top. It's just on that borderline. Have you noticed this?
And it definitely looks like it's had some work done to it recently.
Yeah, like with the other stuff.
Yeah.
There's also like a big skid mark, like halfway down.
Ooh.
Another day, I think.
Another day.
Another day.
All right.
The legs are pretty tired.
Okay.
Joel, this is cool. I've probably been down this trail maybe once in the 4 years I've ridden it, because I found Kiki and that's all I would ride. But look at this thing. There's probably 5 different lines down here. There's one down here. What's the main line?
Kind of like right down the middle of it.
Yeah, where all the mud is.
Yeah.
Down this hip.
Mm-hmm.
You don't go here.
No, can't remember. Like there.
Ride it?
Yeah, sure.
Joel is gonna go and show me how it's done. I have no idea. He rides this all the time. You definitely ride this all the time, don't you? Yeah, I do, Paul. See, you heard him.
Oh, easy.
Oh yeah. Thanks for showing me, Joel.
No, my pleasure.
Remember, it's a lot easier when someone's already done it. All right, let's go and have a look at the next one.
It.
Oh no. Now I can't remember anything on this trail, but I remember this bit. Let's take a walk through this nightmare and break it down. Now at the beginning here, we've got 2 lines. We've got line number 1, which is what young Joel takes, which is around the outside. That freaks me out. And then line number 2 is coming down here and going down this rock roll, which also freaks me out. So line number 1 comes out there, line number 2 comes out here. The problem with line number 1 is it's easy to ride, but it puts you at kind of a weird angle on this. However, if you can toughen up and do line number 2, you're just straight here, and then you just pop off and ride off till morning. But let's look at line number 1 first and piece it together. Someone watching this is squirming, like, oh no, Paul, that's just the easiest thing in the world. Like, what are you doing? I hate turning right. Turning right is my absolute nemesis. All right, I'm gonna go for number 1. Oh, oh, I just hate turning right so much when it's like this. Oh, fuck, just turning right. Ah! Oh, I thought we were done with doing this. I got down to this point, I got so freaked out because that is a cliff. I cannot turn right. I'm just gonna roll from here. If this is the only bit of the trail that I can't do, I will have a great lunch time at Tim Hortons. That was unfortunately a bit of a disappointing end. I guess I'm gonna have to make a whole video on turning right. I'm just gonna have to suck it up, upload this to the internet, and that's it. If you've enjoyed this video, hit the like button so I know that you did. And if you aren't already subscribed, subscribe. 70% of people are not subscribed to this channel. If you've enjoyed my Team Slow and Awkward jersey, there is that and other merch available by clicking the link in the description below or the pinned comment. Cheers, punters. I'll see you next time.